gonna get you guys caught up here, maybe. Wait a minute. Let's see what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go back to the old Jay Pater hat. One of my favorites. Mr. Anderson, nice to see you. Hey, I gotta tell you some stories. Haven't been doing much for videos of shop work, but here's one. You've seen this caribou here before. We did that update in the machine. The controls. It come back with a. We did some AC work in the cab. We put a new blah blah blah, so on and so forth, way back when the AC compressor blew up. That wasn't a good thing. It didn't blow up. It blew the seals out. And what we discovered on this machine was it's a rooftop mount. The condenser fans and everything are up there from the olden days. That's when they did it up there. It's here. Somebody had hot wired it, and we didn't find it when it was here. We weren't looking for it. Why would we look for it? It worked. It functioned. Okay, so anyways, when the condensing fans quit up there when it got hot finally, up here in Wisconsin when the snow finally melted, the condensing fans quit. She overpressured because somebody hot-wired it. Hot-wired! You don't hot-wire things to run, Kyle found it was wired backwards, and when that happens, it should shut off. And no compressor worky. So anyways, we got that one squared away. Got a new compressor on it. Good to go for the AC. Then the customer was complaining. We got another complaint with the drive system is quitting out on him, but we haven't got to that yet. But he was saying he couldn't hardly lift up a log with this thing. And I'm wondering, what? It is a caribou, but it'll lift quite a bit. So we ended up discovering, you see the pressure gauge is right here, and we were trying to just set standby pressure and just see where we're at, and we couldn't. It wouldn't set. It was just all over the place, up and down. And so through our research team back at the lab, we discovered something. We discovered that we could take that regulator off, which is the rusty thing up there, and clean it out, I've done it on deers, they get dirt in them, they get fouled up. It was so bad. I don't know, because we don't know the history of the machine. It came into these guys' ownership here in the last year or so. Anyways, I show you. Well, number one, that's the color of the oil. That's not good. White means moisture. And in our filter, this is in the load sense supply line. Every Ponsse has one. She was plugged right tight with crap. So I don't know if those pressure filters there can bypass, or if somebody was in there, or somebody had a different line in it at one time. And then when we pulled the main filter out of the hydraulic tank, it was just this full of rubber. And so when Kyle benched the regulator the other day, let's see if I can find any of the leftovers. There's little actuators, little spools inside that regulator. So when your pilot, your load sense calls for pressure, it swashes the angle of the pump, right? That's common pump stuff. I don't know, that whole filter is, we got a new filter and we're going to put new oil in it. We made a corporate decision. Okay, well the pieces aren't here, but he was pulling it apart and it was just full of rubber. So those little spools, miniature ones like this, but there's three of them and they're only about that long in there, that move when you pull a lever and the load sense says, hey, I need to stroke the pump to make more pressure. It was plugged right tight. None of them spools could move. So we cleaned it out and she'll be back to normal, and we just got to figure out a little speed control thing yet. And then this one come in Friday for This week's job on it is going to be a 1,200-hour service. You saw this one here before too. It's back in the area. We're going to do is a complete 1,200 bogies, all the 80, 90s, transfer case, pillar, post, slew bearing, you know, the fluids. And then he asked me way back when, you saw the videos of when I fixed this and welded all this up because they had some issues. And what we've done in the past with some of these, and see somebody else has welded on there. Mike's going to have a busy week this week under the hood, so I'm going to reinforce the crane base. And by the end of the week, is they're on vacation or whatnot. And then this has been a work in progress too. I don't know if you've seen it yet or not, but I don't know if I released those videos yet, but engine mounts, they're gone, shot. The whole engine was rocking and rolling in there. And so Troy is back in here trying to get the rear ones on the transmission. He basically has to jack up the whole transmission from underneath to lift it up high enough to get the brand new mounts in, which has turned out to be what we thought was going to be a simple, quick, easy job. Has turned into a pain in the butt. And then we still have to do the blade, so we always got something going on. I'm just going to give you some updates here, and that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Wander around in the summertime, and, yeah, and go from there. All right, see you later.